Okay. Good morning. It is day 48, I believe. Um, yeah. So yesterday we did two leak codes on intervals. First one wasn't that good. Second one was pretty good. And then we f- kind of we didn't finish up CLI, but we got to a point in which we can generate a single image and run it automatically. So, pretty good day yesterday. Um, Dude, it's so weird. After like 5 p.m., I'm just shot. And I don't want to like do anything. Like yesterday, I quite literally popped two melatonins at like 7:30 p.m. and didn't set an alarm and just slept and woke up at like literally like 6:30 today. I just like I didn't want to I had nothing I wanted to do. I applied to like a couple internships and I was like I just want to go to bed. So, I went to bed. Um, yeah. Anyways, so the plan of today. So usually right now is when I go to the gym. I still think I want to go to the gym today. It's definitely like I like doing the three on th like one off kind of schedule of like and call me kind of crazy. I mean, I hate doing legs. Leg days are just I don't really care. Uh, and so I kind of like doing like I separate it into like chest and shoulders one day, and then biceps and triceps um, the other day. Which, I mean, I should be probably hitting my lats, and I should probably be hitting back and like stuff like that as well. But right now, I'm just doing that, and I'm doing like this week I started off on chest and shoulders, and then I did bis and tris, and then I did chest and shoulders, and then today's my day off, and then I'll go and I'll do bis and tris, chest and shoulder, bis and tris. So it's like a 2 to 1, but alternating. I don't know. Um, I forget how I used to do this. I'm pretty sure I used to. Oh, I'm pretty sure I used to just like do. I used to do push pull legs, and I just hated. I got like traumatized from one leg day to where I couldn't walk for weeks, and now I just don't like doing wet legs. Um, because it just makes me disable two leg days in particular. Now these were both I should be fair and like preference it with like one of these leg days was no, sorry, both of them were like I didn't go to the gym for a while, then I went back to the gym and then hit like the same leg day I was hitting when I was consistently going, which is just stupid. That's why this time um I during December I didn't really go to the gym until January now I'm back. So this time I did ease back into it and so I was pretty good. But on those ones, it was like I right away just like went in to where I used to be. The first one, I quite literally I was still in high school, um, and I was working at Walmart at the time. I couldn't do my job. I was literally my legs were just buckling, and so I couldn't walk around. If I hit a set of stairs, I was literally late to my classes in high school because I had to wait for people to get out of the hallways so I could go downstairs because I had to literally like ride the what you hold on to on the stairs, like down the stairs because I could not like take steps. The second one I was in I think I was in college. No, no, I think I was still in high school. I think this first one was freshman year and the other one was senior year of high school. And maybe not. No. Yeah? I don't know. But the second one was when the Batman movie came out. It was opening week of Batman, the Robert Pattinson one. And we had just hit, it's actually the gym I'm going to now is that gym. I drove an hour to campus to work out with a friend, and then we went to see the movie, and we hit legs. And I literally, you know, you walk into a movie theater and then it's like you can go like up or you like walk to the center aisle and you can go up or down, or there's also side aisles in some of the theaters. I start walking up. We're luckily only like 3 rows up. I start walking up. After the first, I took my first step so confidently, and on my second one, my legs just gave out. Like I dropped to my knees in front of the theater, and this is at the point where like the movie wasn't starting, so it was still like house lights were on, and I just fall to my knees, and I had to crawl to my seat, literally crawl. So hence, I don't do legs anymore because you know I'll probably come back to it, but for right now, nah. Anyways, um, enough of that. I still need to apply to more internships. Actually, so I applied to what I thought was a paid internship, but apparently it's not. And of course, that's the one that responds is the one that's not paid. And so they respond, and then I gave like a follow-up thing to their response, and so now I'm at the technical stage, and I don't even know if I want to go through with that because it's like I don't want to do unpaid shit, and there's no return offer. So their benefits are I would get a certificate in something. I have access to mentors, which sure, it's like maybe if I have nothing for the summer, but I'm not gonna like commit myself to something like that. That obviously is just it's missing the the core stuff. I want to get paid, like especially right now I'm trying to look for a job. I don't want to sign myself up for another span of time where I'm not getting paid. And then second, there's no return offer. That's the main thing. The main reason why I really want this internship is for a return offer come end of the summer, you know, so that I'm not, going through my senior year in a crisis of like, am I even gonna get a fucking job? In this way, it's like, oh yeah, I have a job lined up. So probably not gonna go through with that, but thought thought I'd talk about it. But yeah, um, I think like I said today, I want to move away from the CLI application, and we'll just revisit it when I have to make the image for Code Visualizer. Um, Also, I had a really good idea for making for marketing Code Visualizer when we get to that point. So you know how I was talking about using the Manum library to make videos and publish them on this video, like what did I say, once a month? Like once a month I want to make one of those videos. If I put in the feature into Code Visualizer, right? Of it also gives you the code it generated, and you can edit that code, and you can also reprompt with that code to generate a new render, like a new scene, right? If I put at the beginning of those videos, right? And let's say these videos actually do pretty good, maybe a couple thousand views on them, right? If I put like a disclaimer at the beginning saying that, oh, this video's visuals were generated using Code Visualizer, right? And you go in the description and it just links to my site. That's pretty good. That's good marketing. So I think that's just a little extra motivation to get this thing going. Um, it would be, like I said, it would be amazing to by the end of this weekend have that thing fully deployed, right? Um, it's, so what's that gonna take? Well, we still have to actually, if I, I'd say fully deployed without fine tuning the model yet, just how it is right now. So that's going to take setting up the full architecture of the back end, which we have literally no back end stuff done. Finishing the front end, which is going to take us. So today we'll finish the front end. Today we'll do like the history. We'll do like how it's formatted, just how everything looks. Just get that done. Um, in the front end on every page, I'd assume. So that's going to be a majority of today's video, and then um, and then we're going to take and then I assume tomorrow, so Friday, will work on the back end of the main part of the app. So like the history, the generating stuff on a server. So moving everything over to a server so it generates, saves it to the database, pulls it from database, and just stuff like that. And then Saturday we'll use CLI, the CLI tool, Docker tool, to make all the images and containers of everything, deploy everything, get it all running, and then I guess Sunday will just be like smoothing over everything, making sure everything's up, running good, looking good, running good, just testing. And maybe we'll play with fine tuning these models. But but yeah, I think that is the goal. So today's front end, tomorrow's back end, the next day is deployment, and then the next day is just smoothing it out. Um, so yeah, so today should be um a longish video because I don't think I'm go. I think I might go to the gym tonight because I'm just gonna do cardio today. Um, so I don't have to leave for an extended period of time, and I have groceries to make dinner. So I assume we'll work on LeetCode until hopefully no later than noon, and then work until like 3 or 4 on Docker code visualizer, and then that'll be it. So, so yeah, so I'll be right back, and then we'll get into the first LeetCode of today. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm back. As you can see, if you look at the time, the bottom right hand corner, I've been gone for a little bit. I went and got a coffee and then came back and then fell into. Okay, so for the code visualizer app, I've said that I want to actually, make it into a startup. I don't want to put that much pressure on it, but like I do want to market it. Um, and so I just dived into a deep. One of the things that held me back from my last app is I got really caught up in like legal. I was so scared of like not setting up the app correctly and maybe user data like leaking or like something happening and me just getting sued or having to go to court and hire a lawyer and like I'm like I don't have the money for that stuff. Um so I just went on a deep dive of like, you know, what type of stuff you should have set up when you should have an LLC and all that. I mean, my general consensus of all of it is like you should just have an LLC because they're inexpensive to register for. And I knew that from last time when I was looking at this stuff. Um, and you don't have to register it in your state. So like the best places, I'm pretty sure like Maryland and like Wyoming, I'm pretty sure are like the two most recommended. Um, I know most things are established in Delaware, so like I'd probably do something like that. And I think it costs like $90 for filing and $90 for an agent. Um, and it basically just makes it so my personal assets, they can only go after the business assets and not my own stuff, which is really good, which would mean like at worst, I would just lose everything that's a part of the business, right? And I'd be fine personally. So, um, but I don't think, see, there's a lot of people that were saying like, you don't have to, you should do it as soon as possible. But I mean, there are so many different things. There's one guy that's like, oh, until my business is making 6 figures, I don't register any of them for LLCs. It's like, okay, buddy. Like that's kind of crazy. Like I'm talking like a student, like a student that has no money. Like if you already have multiple businesses doing 6 figures, why the fuck would you not flesh out $200 to make sure that your personal like assets are fine? I don't know. Anyways, but then for terms and conditions, people are like, just go to like any popular website, click on their terms and conditions, copy paste, and just go through and edit what you like, you know, think is important. And then when I like have my, I wonder if it's still up. Ah, it is. All right. So this is my application. that I was making that I wanted to make a thing out of, right? Um, and so now the back end's taken down, so you can't even log in. But I have no. That's not supposed to happen. What the fuck? I clicked terms and conditions, and it rerouted me. User null. I'm not logged in right now. The back end is not up. That's hilarious. Okay, so the back end of this website is not running anymore. I deleted it. We literally deleted it in a video when I went to render. You weren't supposed to be able to make it to this page unless you're logged in. And I'm on this page. Okay. Well, anyways, this was this website. You can now see I had tasks. You could like, edit the tasks. Obviously, it won't really edit here because there's no back end. Um, but it had this cool system of where you can like um or you can't. Oh yeah, yeah. Of, you know, had a searching thing. You could go in here. I'm pretty sure it did at one point have Vim bindings. But then you could go in here and it had like, it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool app. Um, that I yeah, stopped working on. But anyways, um, it'd be cool to come back and finish this. Anyways, for some reason, when I click on privacy policy, it goes nowhere, and when I click on terms and condition, it goes nowhere. So I want to see if I can find pages, task, context, hooks. Should be pages, media. Huh. Weird. Anyways, I did have a terms and conditions. Oh, not what I wanted. Okay, an arc just crashed. Sick. You're so cool, Arc. Um, yeah, and then terms just brings you here. Anyways, I did have a maybe desktop code. It's not here. Desktop coding projects. Yeah, Quibbly.net. This will be on the client source pages most likely. Nope. Auth. I mean, home.js would what? It'd have the link to terms. That would mean terms would have to be in here, and I have no terms in here. Okay. Oh well. I doubt it's on my GitHub. Schedule tasks planner. Oh, this is old. Oh my God. Okay, anyways, we need to get to this. Um, but basically all I was saying is that in terms of the legal stuff, I'm just gonna copy and paste terms and services and terms and conditions, sorry. And then have you click a checkbox to agree to it when you create your account. And that's about it. So, um, and hopefully that protects me. And then I'll form an LLC if the product can buy itself an LLC, I'll buy an LLC. How about that? And hopefully I don't strike horrible odds of if for some reason, I should say if for some reason. But if the app generated, I think it'd be about $200 to register an LLC. Um, then hopefully in those $200 worth of whatever it is, subscriptions, one-time purchases. I don't know if there'd be one-time purchases on that platform. Um, someone doesn't file a lawsuit against me. So, okay. I'm gonna be right back one more time. I promise it won't take another 3 hours. It'll probably take like 5-10 minutes, but I'll be right back, and then we'll do. I think there's two more interval problems. I'm avoiding backtrack. Yeah, so I think we'll do one. I think we'll do that last medium. Maybe we'll do the hard, depending on how long it takes. Okay, I'll be right back. Uh, I'm back. Let's get into it. All right. Given an array of meeting times, once again, find the minimum number of days required to schedule all meetings without conflicts. Meaning, meaning if I mean these are just arbitrary, but say at whatever marker 0 to marker 40, if this ever overlaps with something else, you have to put it on different days. Um, is this not the same thing as last time? Like if something, for instance, you wouldn't put this, you would want to put this on its own day. Oh, see, I already know where this gets tricky. See, I already know where this gets tricky because let's say you have 040. Let's say you have 040, 08, 510, whatever. Okay. So you go to 040. 040, maybe you do sort by the start time, right? But last time what we looked at the ending value, and the maximum ending value was the one that we like did something with, right? So if we were to sort everything and we were to say, okay, does this ending value 40, is this value less than or equal to the starting value of the next sorted starting time? It's much greater. So let's move 040 into a dictionary at this index, which would be index 0, right? Then we move to the next one. But, but we want the one, because if the next one, let's say the next one is 5 to 50, right? It's bigger than the 40. It means that even though it started later, it goes on longer, meaning that it could there could be conflict. So, okay, let's just try that, right? I'm just trying to think. We'll figure it out as we go along. But if I have a dictionary that is like day meetings, right? And this is equal to a dictionary. And we want to say, okay, for each interval in intervals, if now what did we do yesterday? What was the smart um Is there no, there's no search? Okay. This wasn't it, right? Let me go to ChatGPT here. Okay. Was this even the one for interval and intervals? I mean, I guess so, right? I think it'd work. So we should also have not the result, but just like intervals. Or just like the current day. What does the current day look like? Um, and also we do want to say intervals dot sort key equals lambda x. Is it x at 0? Is this actually how we did it? I'm not sure. That no, I want this. Intervals dot sort key equals lambda x 0. Yeah. Okay. So we sort these and then we say, okay, if the current day is it, did we say if not? What's if not? Yeah. I hate that syntax. If not current day, and it's just saying if it's empty. So if it's empty or the end time or if interval no, wouldn't it be or if intervals at huh? I want to check if this value, which would be interval at 1. So if the interval at 1. Oh, no. Whoa, what is it? Res negative 1 1. Call me crazy. Is res negative 1 not the last element in res? At its Why would it be checking the last element? What did I want to? Why did we just what? So for instance, we have this interval, right? And so we append it first, right? So I know we want to be saying that current day dot append that interval. right? We just want to append that. Now we go to this interval and we say, okay, if this interval, right, at 0, because we're looking at this, we want to know if this is less than the current day. See, the thing it had was this. Maybe it works. Okay. But this isn't going to be this. This is going to be if it's greater than or equal to. Right? If this value here is greater than or equal to this value, it's good. And we can just append it. It can be on the current day. Otherwise, right, we want to take current day. We want to say, okay, the current day, whatever that's looking like. Oh, no. We want to say day meetings at, we'll set like an index. We'll have an index that's at 0. And we want to say, okay, the day meetings at index. Right? What's the population thing? I'm pretty sure if this then we just want to okay, but now this gets a little weird, right? Because let's say, for instance, we have an interval from 0 to 40, right? And we have an interval from, let's say, 20 to 40, right? So that 0 to 40 is going to go on this day, and then we have this next day. What if on that next day there's another overlap later on in the day, right? Technically, we could just push it to that index, right? Instead of pushing it onto a new day. Because what I was going to do is just increment again, right? You'll see. We'll run into the test case and we'll fix it then. But if day meetings at index, if it exists, then oh, you know what I could do? Oh, actually, maybe I can do that. If day meetings at index, if it exists, it means we already have times there, right? Meaning, before we append it, we can check actually if we can check this. We can say if this current interval, right, at 0, if its start time, if it's less than or equal to day meetings, you see where I'm going with this? Like if it already exists, let's check if it has conflict. You know what? For now, let's not do that. Let's just stick to if it exists, then day meetings at index plus equals an array of interval. Else, if it doesn't exist, then day meetings at index equals interval. Right? So we'll add it to that day, and we're not going to add it to the current day. Is that all we want to do? And then, so obviously, like at the end, how do we here get the number of keys in a dictionary length really gives me that? Okay. Return the length of day meetings. So we have this, right? We append it, and then we say, okay, does this is this equal to or greater than this? No. So we take this interval, or no. We want to take the max. We want to add the max between current day -1 1 and interval at 1, right? Well, no, that would just, I want the entire interval, or the entire, how would I, wait, right? Let's just run that, see how many errors we get. Oh, oh, this is a dot start dot end. Oh my God. So this would be dot start. This would be interval at 0. This would be interval at dot start. If current day this, right? Is that good? Oh, I need to close this. Um, oh yeah, if index is in there, then meaning that this is the max between day. What the fuck is that syntax? The max between day meetings in that. Okay. No, what? What is that syntax? This is returning the largest n value between current day, but I don't want it to be between current day and day meetings. This isn't correct, but I'll put it in there for now. We ran. So obviously I need to print out this dictionary. Print day meetings. Oh my God. Come on. Actually, let's print it again. It's just for key and value, right? I actually have to add. What is this even doing? Interval has. Okay, so 040 is just being added at that, and then oh, I'm not appending the rest of the day. So I want it to be I want it to be at index plus one. I append everything else. So I say so like if we print, right? If we print current day, does this just have one value in it? It has 040 in it. Huh? Oh, because we add it and then we just do checks. Okay. Wait, but shouldn't, if not current day, or if the start time is greater than or equal to that, then we just append it. So why wouldn't 5:10 and 5 and 15:12 be on current day? Like those two shouldn't have any conflicts, right? I think, hear me out. Oh, this gives us the same problem though of after on this first interval, we add this and then we check this one to this one and we say that's not good. So then we take whatever current day is and we, you know, append it there. And then we go to this one and we check it against this one, right? Technically, we can do the length plus one because if we do have anything left over that hasn't been added to the dictionary, it's just represented as that. We got past 5 test cases. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so for this one, I also want to be printing out intervals just so we can see what it looks like sorted. So we have 1526. Okay, so we look at this one first, and we want to take this and we want to add it to our dictionary. So instantly, it wasn't added to our dictionary. Now, so this is what I wanted to do is I wanted to say, okay, this is the logic I have. Is if we see this, right, and we append this to our dictionary and this stays, right? We then look at this and this. And so these don't match. So then we go to the other dictionary and we look at it and we're like, okay, does this, we check this again. Does this overlap with this? It does. So put it on its own new day. That's when we increment index, right? So this would be a new day. This would be a new day. So we're at 3 days. Then we look at this one, right? And we technically we'd reset the index and we'd look at this. And we say, does it conflict? Yep. We look at this, does it conflict? Yep. So we put this on a new day, right? And we look again, does this conflict with this? Nope. So that's 4 days. So I think my logic is actually flawless. I just need to implement it. Which, how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by, so for each interval, this thing's really fucking me, like fucking with me. Because I want it to be like, okay, if there's nothing in the current day, we need to add a time, right? So we first add, for this example, we add, I should probably look at the example that we're failing. So we add 1 5, and then we look at the next one, and we're like, okay, so this hits right here, right? Well, current day -1 dot end would just be looking at the last element. Oh yeah, it'd be looking at the last element in the array. Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. That is good. That is good. Because that's all we. If an element is in the array of current day, it either means it was just added and hasn't been checked, or it's good. So if we have two elements in the array, we know the first one is good, and so the second one is the one that we're checking, right? No, no, yes, yeah, yeah. So when we look at this, right, we're looking at 1 5, and we're like, okay, is 1 5 at end, which is 5, is this greater than or equal to this? No, it's not. So we go, okay, if index is at 0, is in there, right? If we're in day meetings, then day meetings at index is going to equal, and so what this is doing is doing the max between stuff. Let's just get rid of this. Let's just get rid of this. If we already have the index in there, it means that that day exists and we have times there. So what do we want to do? We want to do a conditional where we want to check, okay, honestly, we want to check again. Now this wouldn't be current day dot end. This would be, how would, so else what I want to do is I want to make it, okay, change this to make a new array, and the first appended element is the max value between interval, the current interval dot end, right? And well, no, this would just be the interval value, right? If it's a new index, we're just going to be adding that to the new day because we already said it doesn't fit in this array. Yeah. To the dictionary value of, to the dictionary value, to the dictionary index value at the array's last elements dot end. I don't need that. So if index and day meetings, I don't really care about that. I care about then the day's meeting at that index is going to be equal to, okay, that's what I thought it would be. Not even trolling. That's what I thought it'd be. I just wanted to make sure because that's what we had originally. So we're just gonna make, if it doesn't fit into that day, we're going to say, okay, index at that day is going to be that. And we don't change the index. The only time we're ever going to change the index is if the index exists, right? If there's day, then we want to check, okay, if the current interval that we're at, if its start value is greater than or equal to, and then how did it say we could check it? Day meetings at index -1. Dot end, right? It would be the last value at that indexes, but the dot end. So if that start is greater than or equal to the dot end, right? What we want to do is we want to say interval. No, we want to say day meetings at index dot append that interval. Otherwise, we want index to increase by 1. Right? And then low key, we just want to repeat what we just did. We want to say, so yeah, this is kind of a recursive thing, right? Because it's gonna be like, okay, if it fits into this day, into this new day, just fit it in. Otherwise, we want to go to the next index, see if that index exists. If it does, right? Let's just do this for now. See what happens. Ah, yeah. Um, if intervals, if the length of intervals is equal to 0, return 0. Or, right? Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, okay. So see, this is a thing of this is the other issue. But why wouldn't this? So obviously you can see that this fits into here and this fits into here, right? So the whole thing is that my algorithm should, and I thought it was already structured this way, but it should be when you get to a new value that doesn't fit into the current day and we go over here, we need a way to reset index and check it against everything. This is where I think we need a recursive function happening because if we're if we're going to say, the else of this is okay, if index is in day meetings, well index after here has gone that to that. So I mean, you know what I could do is that every time we go here, index is reset to 0, right? That'll fix some problems, right? I think. No. My output was 3, expected 4. Why? So obviously those two don't fit, so we'd remove this. This and this don't fit. So we'd remove this. This and this don't fit together. So we'd have a separate one for this and this. Not sure why 3, 7 isn't here somewhere. Ideally, my algorithm would go through, it'd look at this and it'd look at this, and it'd say, oh, these are conflicting, take this, put it on this index, right? Good. Now we go through and we're like, okay, 1, 5 compared to this isn't good. So it should kick this out. Check here, it's not there. Put it on index 1 and make it go there. Index resets to 0. We check this against, well, we check this and this, and we say, okay, these aren't compatible. Look here, are these compatible? No. Look here, are these compatible? No. So it does go here. So the only thing really is just that for some reason, 3, 7 isn't getting appended here. Why would that be? But like you understand how like this should work, right? Again, though, I mean this is I don't know. I always get caught in this loop of like it should never get to the point where it's like constant just if statements, if, right? These interval ones are really getting me on that. Um, but like here, let me just see. I mean, let me just look at like the index thing first, right? So the index thing, I feel like this is such like a band-aid that like doesn't actually fix anything that well because it's basically what I'm saying is so we go here and we say if 0 is in here, right? If interval dot start is greater than or equal to this, right? Then we append it. So if at index 0, if our current interval that didn't fit into current day, if we look at day meetings and we look at the last thing that we appended at the current index, right? If its end is not less than, or wait, if interval. So let's look at this. So let's look at, so we'd be at index 0. Technically, we would have appended this, and now we'd be looking at this, and we'd be saying, okay, is this 6, or no. Is this 3 greater than or equal to this? It's not. So we'd increase the index, and it's because we're rewriting over this. We're just going to this next index, and we're rewriting. What should be happening is we should call into, okay, so we need a function here. I won't lie. We need a function here. We need a function def which check dictionary, right? And so this is going to take in an index. It's going to take in an interval that we're currently at. And it's going to take in the dictionary, right? That's what we want. And what we want to do is this, as we want to say, okay, if basically this, right? Or else we're just going to call to this. And we're going to say, okay, if the interval dot start is this whatever, yeah. Else we want to do a recursive call. We want to say else check dictionary with index plus 1, same interval, same dictionary, right? And so what's going to happen, it's going to come back and it's going to say, if this index is in day meetings, we're going to just check it again, else do it again. If it is in here and it meets that, okay, yeah. And then I can call. So this else is just going to become this, right? Just want to make sure that's correct. Yeah. Else, we're going to call check dictionary on I don't need this anymore. We're just going to start at 0. Our interval is going to be the interval that we're currently at, and our dictionary is going to be day meetings. Let's try this. Oh my God, am I disgusting? Am I disgusting? That was the most satisfying. That was like easily the most satisfying thing I've ever done. Oh my God. Never have I ever gone down a rabbit hole of code that's like, obviously this is supposed to be like 20 lines of code max, and actually it just like clicked. Like I actually like, wow. Wow. And return length plus 1. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. That's insane. That is insane. Oh my God. I can't believe that worked. I can't believe it. Okay. Well, I want to talk about this. I literally want to put a segment on my video of just talking about this solution because this is the coolest shit I've done. And I mean like we can look through right now at how much ChatGPT I used. I looked at uh, uh, um duh, 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 duh. First I had to look at just that I can do a length on dictionary to find how many keys are in it. And then I wanted to um do something that didn't even actually matter, so I never even used this. Um I needed a refresher. That stuff didn't help. I needed a refresher on this syntax. I was doing if day meetings, which would just mean if there is a dictionary, which is not what we wanted. I wanted to know if the key was in the dictionary. So, that was pretty bad. I didn't remember that. And then I needed printing a dictionary. I always hate printing a dictionary. And then um I needed this, how to access the values in the dictionary. I didn't, it makes sense that you just access the key and then it actually is weird that it's the day meetings at index, which means we're at this key and then -1 takes the last value of the array in values. So that is learned that, and that was all I needed. Okay. So that's all I used ChatGPT for, which is ideally, ideally is all I use it for. I never want to use it for the algorithm. I never want to use it for, obviously like after, like now I'm probably going to later go through this stuff and like see a more efficient solution. But like for the actual logic, I don't like using it. I like using it for like syntax, right? So that was a beautiful demonstration of how ideally, as I'm learning, as I'm a student, right? I'm a student of the game, as they say. I shouldn't be using it to actually, do the heavy lifting. It should just be like, oh, I forgot how to access the values of an array that has values at the key index in a dictionary, right? It's just syntax. Anyways, so I want to go through. This is just for printing out the dictionary, right? Which we don't even need anymore because we don't need to. Um, so I can actually do this. I don't need this. Do I have any more print values? No, I don't. Okay, so I want to go through my solution because I think it's pretty cool. So we have day meetings, which is a dictionary. We have the current day, which is an array, and then we sort this array by its starting value. So if we have 040, 510, this is already sorted, but you can see if it was 040, 1520, 510, it would switch these two because we're sorting by this first number. Anyways, so if if intervals, if the length of it is 0, it's mean we just have an empty array, right? And so we just want to return 0 because we're not scheduling any meetings, right? Then we get to this recursive function, which I'll get to. For each interval in intervals, right? We want to say if not current day, meaning if this array has nothing in it, just append the first interval, right? So if we look at this example over here, we'd append 040, right? So then we go through another iteration for interval and intervals, and we say, okay, if this interval.start, right, so this 5, if this is greater than or equal to, we go back to current day. So we know this has to be populated based on this condition. Current day -1 takes whatever the last element is in the array, right? So if we have an array of 10 values, it's going to take that last value. And so this is good because we know if the current day has values before that last value, we've already checked this condition and we haven't hit the else statement. We've just been appending, meaning we're taking the current interval dot start, right? So we're looking at this value right here, this 5 or this 15 or this 0. And we're comparing it to the last value in current day, right? So in this scenario, it's 040. So if we kept hitting to where this value right here, right? If this value was less than or equal to this value, right? Then we'd be good, right? There would be no time conflict because it either starts at or it's later than that time, right? So all those appended values beforehand would be good. So we only care about the last one that we've appended and checking it to our new value. Anyways, so we get to this 510 and we say, okay, is this 5 greater than or equal to current day at -1 dot end? So is 5 greater than or equal to 40? It's not. So we go to our else statement and it calls to our function 0, the current interval in the current dictionary, right? So we go up to our function and 0 is our index with our interval in our dictionary. So we say if the index, so we're at index 0 in day meetings. So does this key value in our dictionary exist? Well, right now there's nothing in our dictionary, so it doesn't exist, right? So we're going to hit this else statement down here in which we just declare that index and we set it equal to the interval. So in this dictionary currently, right, 040 is going to be appended to the dictionary, right? Actually, That's interesting that we don't actually need to take the max value between. I don't think I took the max value between these. Yeah, no, I didn't. Anyways, so we just set that key value in the dictionary equal to our current interval. So at index 0, we have interval. We have 040. Okay. No, we have 510, right? Yeah, we have 510. So how is this? Oh, you know why this works as to why I don't have to take the max values is because it's the count. If we were returning the actual properly sorted like days, we'd probably want to do that. But because we're doing the count, technically, if I moved both of these values, so like 040 interferes with both of these, right? So ideally, right, you'd want to move this to its own day, and then these two would stay on the current day, right? But what's happening, I believe, what's going to happen is that, well, not that I believe, 510 and 1520 are both going to be appended to a new array because they both have conflicts. Um, it doesn't matter because it's going to end up both of these are valid for index 0, and then we have our leftover, days that can be left on current day, and so that's 2. We're going to be returning number 2. And so if we flip that, it's still going to be 2 because we have the current day, which is these two, and then that. So that's why it works. Anyways, going back to this. So it makes that. So then we would go back, right? We'd go back, and in our current day, we still have 040. So we check, is there a conflict? Well, there's going to be a conflict again because 15 is nor bigger or equal to 40, right? So we go through this again, and we call check dictionary. Sorry, down here we call check dictionary with index 0 again. It's good that we start on index 0 because now when we go through here, we check, is this index in day meetings? It is in day meetings. So we hit this if statement of, okay, is the current interval, is its dot start, which is going to be 15, is this greater than or equal to the last element in the dictionary array, like its last element in its dot end time, which would be 10? It is. So we can append that to that dictionary array as a valid time, right? And so if we had an example of, let's say we had another time slot that was from 7 to like, it went on like 7 to 17, right? Then what would happen is it would hit this, we'd go here and it would say if indexed in day meetings, right? It is in day meetings when we call initially on 0, right? Because we just passed through 0. And then we do the check. And if this check fails, we go to else and we do a recursive call and we increment index, right? So because it can't fit in this index, which is technically like we could call it a new day, we have to create a new day, right? And then if later on we had to add a new thing and it didn't, hit with key 0, we would increase. And if it didn't hit with that next increase, it would just keep increasing until it found a day that it would fit into. So I'm so proud of the solution. I won't lie. This was usually when I have an idea of a solution, like a solution to a leak code, it is a little bit longer than like the most efficient solution would be. Um, but it usually never like pans out. It usually is always like I forgot like an edge case here or like a situation that I think that's how I'm trying to articulate the thing is like when I think of a solution, I say like, oh, we'll just start coding it out and see if I run into any problems. And I run into a problem and we're already 40 minutes deep. And it's like, and then I realize this solution does not work, right? Which could have happened here, right? But I'm lucky that I thought, I guess, on my feet of a good solution, which was making a function that we could call recursively. Um, but yeah, I'm sure I can go to solution right now. And there's probably like, yeah, I mean, we have a min heap. So we sort again by start, like what we did. For interval and intervals, if min heap and min heap at 0 is less than the start, min heap. So min heap takes your minimum value within the heap. Do we do a heapify? No, you don't have to do heapify, I guess. Okay. Um, and we just say, hey, if min heap, if the last value, if the first value in the min heap, if min heap and min heap 0 are less than or equal to interval dot start. Interesting. I kind of want to actually look a little bit into this. But anyways, yeah. I want to actually put a segment in here so I can come back to this segment of me explaining this because this was easily my most uh my coolest. I actually want to see, hopefully this is on LeetCode. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Anyways, yeah, but that was one of my best solutions. Felt really good. So I'm gonna put a time thing on that of me explaining my solution. Anyways, that is enough leak code for me today. Uh, I want to start working on code visualizer, but I think I kind of want to go to the gym and go do cardio and then pick up um some groceries. I think I want to do that. So, because code visualizer is like low key, I can put on some jazz and we can just like start working on. It's gonna be a lot of front end stuff. So, and I mean, I have nothing to do tonight, and I need to start populating my nights. So maybe it's like as long as I do my leak code early in the day, I can kind of like hang back. But yeah, I think I want to go do that, and then I'll be back, and we'll work on code visualizer. I may even do some work off camera, just setting it up, and then come back because I don't know. We'll see. I don't know why I do that. It's not like people like really watch. I should say that. Anyways, okay, I'll be right back. Okay. Um, this is not ideal. Um, I said I was gonna do the front end, and then I went to the gym and I got some groceries and I came back. And it's already 4, and like I want to eat, and so I think I'm gonna call it. Now, now, I need to make up for this because today was supposed to be front end, tomorrow was supposed to be back end. What I might do is tomorrow not do leak code and do front end and back end tomorrow. And so we'll have a long video of that. So I apologize for not getting into what I said I would, but we had a good leak code today, you know? Um that's it's a pretty good video. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Um I'm also probably gonna do some prep tonight. I feel like a lot of the times, um, I like don't want to like right now, the reason why I'm stopping and not at least working on it a little bit, because I don't even know where to start on it, because we still have to do like a lot of the problems, and I guess it's not a problem, but there's still a lot to do, and so to navigate where to even start on that front end, like on this front end, we still need to do history. I don't know like the history portion, I guess the actual front end of it, I guess, isn't that it wouldn't be that bad. But like that's something that's gonna probably take at least half an hour to an hour to do. Not even counting the back end half of that. The back end half of this is going to take a while tomorrow. Um, but then like cleaning up the landing page, cleaning up the login page, cleaning up adding the code, like I guess that's something. But anyway, I want to make a note of everything that needs to be done tonight. And then tomorrow we'll do it. So apologies for ending short. These videos do better view wise. Not that I really care about the view wise. I care a little. It's kind of cool when one of these videos of me just coding does, you know, like 100 views or something like that. But so the shorter the video, usually the better. But I also want to start looking at an idea for the monthly like professionally done video for this channel. That'd be cool. So yeah, I'm gonna work on those tonight. Right now, I'm gonna go make dinner. We've got flatbread, and I'm gonna cook up some chicken and put some Korean barbecue sauce on that with some three cheese blend. Okay, and yeah, it's gonna be great. But anyways, I will see you tomorrow for hopefully a solid video of working on the code visualizer project. So, yeah. Um, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.